Hello, 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 everyone. Good evening. Good evening. Good to see everybody. Good to see y'all. Tracy, how you doing? Hello, PG in chat. Hello, hello, hello to you. God bless. Number one. Tracy was number one, y'all. Number two, D. APG in chat. Much love. Hey, hey, hey. Much love to you. Much love to all of y'all. Linda, number three. Hey, PG. Hey, girl. What's up? How's it going tonight? Hope you guys had a beautiful day. Hope you had a beautiful day. Even better tomorrow, right? Good to see everybody. Robin, number four. Hey, PG in chat. Hey, hey, hey to you. Oh, my goodness. You got my... Wow. You got my love of my life on there, girl. Donald Trump. Oh, yeah. 2024. Absolutely. God bless. And let me get down through here. Stephanie says, hey, PG, prayers for summer moon. Oh, I love the hearts. I love the hearts and prayers. Hey, girl. All right. God bless. There's Dawn. Good evening, PG in chat. Purple hearts for summer. God bless. God bless. I'm going to tell you guys. PG's excited. I'm excited, you guys. Good job. Good job. 10,000 strong. 10,000 strong. You guys are amazing. Amazing. Summer's channel hit 10,000 strong. 10,000 real Summer Moon Utah Wells supporters. God bless. God bless. Absolutely. I was so happy. So happy. It took this channel a while to get there, but I'm going to tell you, I know that each and every one of them are true supporters for Summer Moon Utah Wells. And I am so grateful. I'm so grateful. God bless. God bless. So amazing. That's amazing. And wasn't for you guys, wasn't for all of you, we couldn't have did it. So I just want to let you know how much I appreciate it. And I know Summer would appreciate it too. Summer would so appreciate it. She would probably want to hug each and every one of your necks, right? And tell you how much she appreciates all of your love and kindness where she's concerned. Absolutely. So I'm going to thank you for Summer as well. I'm going to thank you for little Summer as well. We're her voice. Well, PG's voices. Thanking all of you for the 10,000 mark for Summer's channel. 10,000 strong. God bless. God bless you guys. Hey, Angel Girl. Hello. Our beautiful mama PG. Much love. Hey, girl. Much love back. Much love back. God bless. Congrats on the 10,000 subscribers. Hey, we all need to be patting ourselves on the back. Couldn't have done it. Summer's channel couldn't have done it without all of us. So God bless. God bless. Amen. Amen, Linda. Angel, congratulations. We appreciate you and keeping Summer Moon Utah Wells name out there. I appreciate all of you, each and every one of you, every last one of you guys out here supporting this little girl. Trust me, there's a gift in heaven for what you all do. There's a gift up there. You got a gift. Trust and believe that. You guys love these missing kids and you're out here for them every day. Every day you're out here for these missing children. And don't think God don't see it, that he don't know it. I'm sure there's going to be gifts up in heaven for each and every one of the people out here wanting this baby found, brought home, and justice served. God knows how hard we worked for these missing children. He knows how hard and how much We pray. He knows we want these children found, brought home, justice served on their behalf. None of them deserve the evil that has been done. Not one child deserves any of this. Not at all. And I am so grateful that there's such a large army for these children. God bless. Hey, O'Sullivan. Hello, PG. Hello, hello. Much love to you. God bless, girl. God bless. Sassy Cats. Hello, PG. Cat. Love and prayers for all missing, exploited people around the world. Amen. Amen. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm trying to get down through here, you guys. I'm Dot. How you doing, sweetie? Miss Justice 1111. Good to see you. Much love. Beth Ann, how you doing, hon? How you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you. Anna, Suzanne. Hey, Dormouth, good to see you. Lily, good to see you, hon. Queen, good to see you. Patty Ponytail, how you doing, sweetie? How you doing? Carrie, oh, that is beautiful, girl. That is absolutely beautiful. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Marie, how you doing, sweetie? JPL, how you doing? Let me get down through here. Oh, Vicky, I appreciate that. Congrats, PG. Hey, I'm going to tell you, it took all of us to get it done for summer. And God bless. God bless. I was so excited when I seen that 10,000. I'm like, all right. Yes, right. Yes. Hey, Hoot dear, how you doing? Kathy, good to see you. Good to see you. 77. Sandra, how you doing? Remember Allie on the porch? Sandra! Everybody was screaming Sandra for a long time, right? That was hilarious. Hey, Carrie. Lisa. Good to see everybody in here seeking truth. Amen. Amen. That's what we're seeking. We're seeking that truth too. We're seeking it. Keeping it real. How you doing, sweetie? Good to see you. All right. Do tell. Well, there isn't like a whole lot to do tell today. It's YouTube pretty quiet, which I'm surprised. I heard Don B talking about he doesn't know why, law enforcement promises things and then reneges on them or something to that effect. But I said, look, I called TBI, you guys, and I said, look, we ain't going to hear nothing in no 2 days. We're not going to hear nothing in 2 weeks, right? We're not going to hear anything because there's no detective truly assigned to Summer's case any longer. There's really not no law enforcement truly assigned to Summer's case. It's just what it is. And why, I don't know. I mean, they say the case is open, is still going forward, but they took it out of Hawkins County's hands, right? and it's supposed to be just in TBI's and you know, in the FBI's hands now. But the TBI hasn't got no, you know, designated detective assigned to Summer's case. What it sounds to me like is, for some reason, they're not wanting to close it. That they're wanting to hold it. I mean, nobody's working on it, but they just want to hold it open. I'm not understanding it. I'm not, you know, I think if Summer's case went cold and Cold Case picks it up, we're going to find out a whole lot of things we don't want to know. I think we're going to find a lot of things out we don't want to know. Right? I think there's some shadiness somewhere in all of this. And what it is, I don't know. I don't know. I can, you know, speculate. I can speculate all day long. But, you know, I'm not sure. I'm not, you know, I got my thoughts. But, you know, I don't know. I mean, I can't say, hey, it's this way for a fact. Like I said, I can just speculate why. I mean, they took it out of Ronnie Lawson's and their hands. Usually a jurisdiction won't allow TBI or the feds to come in and just take a big case like this away from them. There's got to be a reason this case was taken, you know, taken away from Hawkins County. I don't think they just, you know, rightfully gave it up. So there's something there, right? It could be Brandon. It could be Brandon Lawson. It could be, you know, it could be that a lot of shady stuff since Summer's case has been coming out. A lot of shady things, you know, that's been going on at that particular, you know, precinct. Could be a collage of the different things. I don't know. You know, what I'm saying is I've been seeing, like, okay, I'm going to give you an example. Like Don Sherfy's son. Don Sherfy's son got caught with some, you know, not good stuff on his computer, right? Not good stuff on his computer. And, you know, shouldn't have that stuff on your computer. That's disgusting. You should know better, right? You should know better. It ain't like you're, you know, a 5 or 6, 7, 8-year-old playing with a computer and, oh, bad things just popped up. You know, you're a grown-ass adult and you know better. You know better than to be, you know, exploiting the wrong things on the computer. You know better. So with that being said, he got in trouble, you know. I think he actually called and turned himself in. I don't know. But anyway, somehow, you know, this got wind to the police and they came in and then confiscated the computers and everything, and, you know, found out all the stuff's on it. And Don Sherfy's son, right, little Sherfy, got prosecuted. He got a lot of time in jail. I mean, he's still in jail right now. He got a lot of time in jail for, you know, looking at a computer. Now Ronnie Lawson's son, right? Not to be, you know, don't get me wrong. I don't I don't blame the father for his son's sins, and I don't blame a son for the father's sin. Each person is responsible for oneself, right? Each human is their own individual. You should not ever judge anyone upon one person in a family. If there's a bad apple in a family, it don't mean everybody's a bad apple. I mean, I think we all have that one in our family that's worthless, right? That's worthless. And some of us got more than that. Some of us got a lot of worthless people in our family. So, but you can't judge us. You can't judge us by them. We're nothing like them, right? So I don't judge Ronnie off of his son. But I can say that, his son was hands-on, right? Allegedly, he was a hands-on essayer to a child, to my understandings, right? He offended a child in a bad way. And he's out. He's out of jail right now. I mean, Don Scherfy's son didn't go hands on nobody. He was just looking at a computer and got a lot of time. But Ronnie Lawson's son, ain't that strange? I would think you'd get a lot more time. I would think you get a lot more time for doing than just looking, right? I don't know. But then again, Fred Hill was hands-on, right? He was hands-on with doing some sinister stuff that you shouldn't be doing. And, he's out. He's out. Go figure. Go figure. So what's the double standards here? What I'm saying is, why does these people that deserve to be in there? I'm not saying that, Don Scherfy's son don't. Yes, he does. He does. But my God, he shouldn't be getting more time than someone, he shouldn't be getting more time for looking at a computer than these people are getting for being hands-on, right? Just saying. Just saying. I would think his offense would carry less than than their offenses, to be honest with you. I don't know. I'm just trying to do the math. I'm just trying to do the math on this evilness. And I think, running a child's life for the rest of its life, like allegedly Ronnie Lawson's son did, would bring more time than staring at some computer, right? You didn't burn nobody's life. Those lives were already burnt by someone putting them on that computer. I mean, go after the people that's uploading this stuff, not the people who are looking at it, but the people who are actually, exploiting these people, taking these pictures and uploading them. That's who you want to get, right? They wouldn't be there if none of that stuff should be there. It should be caught before it even gets, before it even gets into the hands of anyone else. There should be some kind of filter. There should be some kind of filter. What I'm saying is there should have been some kind of filter to stop those pictures before they ever landed in Don Scherfy's son's hands. That stuff shouldn't even have been out there for him to be able to look at. He wasn't out though, he wasn't out like supposedly Ronnie Lawson's son. He wasn't out seeking someone to put hands on. He wasn't, he wasn't burning some child's life for the rest of his life. but yet he got more time than someone that did. And Fred Hill, he was running lives too, right? With what he was manufacturing, and distributing was running people's lives. I mean, that stuff, that stuff destroys lives, right? It can even make people become unliked. And what I'm saying is, Don Sherfy wasn't manufacturing anything to destroy other humans' lives, or maybe even unlive them, but he got more time than Fred Hill. So why is there favoritism? Why is there favoritism? I mean, I can understand Ronnie Lawson's son. That's his son. I can understand that. But why is Fred Hill getting favoritism? Why does it seem that Don and Candace Wells is getting favoritism? Why does it seem like Andy and Jody Sue is getting favoritism? Why does it seem like some pretty evil people are getting some favoritism? I don't know. I don't know, you guys. There's a reason, right? There's a reason. We don't know. But definitely, there's a reason. Right. Exactly, Stephanie, but still, what he was manufacturing destroys lives. What I'm saying is, illegal substance, when you distribute illegal substance to other humans, you're destroying their lives. If what I'm saying is, what he was manufacturing, and you put it in the chat there, what he was manufacturing is addictive. It's very addictive. It's getting into the hands of people who don't need it, right? It's destroying their lives. What I'm saying is, that stuff destroys, just like SA. Well, illegal substance destroys lives too. It turns good people into zombies. It turns good people into, no human at all anymore, right? Because they're getting buried, right? They're getting buried, and families are destroyed. So many families are destroyed by what Fred Hill does or was doing, right? So many families are destroyed. I mean, do you want a Fred Hill? Do you want a Fred Hill to distribute that stuff to your child? Do you want him to start distributing that kind of stuff to your child? And then your child start stealing from you, start lying to you, start doing everything they can to get that. Their education down the drain, their future work down the drain. Pretty soon you don't want them in your home, and nobody else wants them in their home, and they're homeless. And then, down the road, you find out that, you don't have a child at all anymore because, it took a little too much. It took a little too much. No. None of us out here want that kind of stuff, distributed to our children. We don't want it distributed to us. I think we're all grown adults. I think we all understand. We all understand how quick a habit can take you down. I think we all know how fast habits can take us down, how fast they can break us. right? I think we've all, went somewhere. I'm sure that every last one of us, you know, if you've had a girls' night out or a buddy's night out, and you took your your wallet with you, you took your paycheck, you you know, if you went out with your friends, out running around with your friends, and came home absolutely broke. You had a good time, but the next day you found out you're broke. Put a one in the chat. Put a one in the chat. Because I think we've all been out there having a really good time and came home the next day broke. Whether it, whether it was treating people to dinners or, going out, having a good time at the club or, whatever. I think we've all, at one time or another, I think we've all, one time or another, came home broke. Came home broke. I know I have. I know I have. I know I have, I have went out with the girls and, and buy around and then everybody stop and get breakfast, right? You stop and get breakfast 3 o'clock in the morning and, you find somewhere's open and you have some breakfast and, half the time you can't find your mouth because you had such a good time, right? And you're still laughing, you're still hooping, and you're still hollering. And then about 1, 2 o'clock the next day, man, you feeling bad. You feeling bad and you're broke, right? It took to 1 or 2 o'clock to wake up. That's when the party ended, right? That's when the party ended. Was the next day when you woke up. Your head, your head still wouldn't want to come off the pillow. It's terrible, terrible. But yeah, we all know. We don't want, we don't want our children ending up like that. We learned our lesson, right? We did that 1 or 2 times, man, and then was like, oh hell no, I can't do this again. Right? I got bills to pay. I got things to buy. I can't be, we learned our lesson. And lucky we did. Lucky we did. But a lot of people don't. A lot of people don't. And, we don't need to go clubbing, right? We don't need to go clubbing. You go out to the club and, you just go out dancing, having a few drinks and, hanging out. And like I said, everybody meets up at the, restaurant and try to get something to eat and or go to an after hours, right? Sometimes you go to an after hours party. And you go home. But you're not dependent on that. You're not like, you don't have to do it. You don't have to do it. It's like you could say no. But when you get dependent on there's some substances out there that once you do it, you're hooked. There's no coming back, folks. It's not like, you can't just quit. You can't say no. You're hooked. And now you're in trouble, right? You're in trouble. Well, the stuff that Fred was manufacturing is one of those things. It's one of those things, you guys, that once you start, well, it's bad news. It's bad news. Shouldn't have done it the first time. Shouldn't have done it the first time. There should have been no first time. And people manufacturing that and distributing it should be in jail. They should be locked away. There's no excuse for it. There's no excuse. You know, it's like the goody good, right? The goody good. You know, you can put that down. You don't have to have goody good. You know, you might be a little grouchy, right? You might be a little grouchy at first when you first, don't try to not be, having none of your goody good, right? You might get a little grouchy and stuff, kind of like quitting, it's the same as trying to put down cigarettes, right? You try to put down smokes. You get a little grouchy, irritated, but you can do it. You can do it. Some substances, some things that people get hooked on, I can't put it down, you guys. It's way more than a little grouchy. These people go through what they call withdrawals. These people have to have a lot of help in their body, and their bodies and their mind. Everything about them goes through so much. What I'm saying is, it is a scary process. These people, no one should have to go through that. There shouldn't even be stuff out there being distributed to humans that cause that. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is, why are certain people getting favoritism in Hawkins County? Why are they being showed favoritism? I don't know. Is TBI taking note to this? I don't know. Are they trying to maybe possibly cover some things up? Because they are Tennessee and Bureau of Investigation. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I'm going to tell you, just to be honest, almost everywhere is corrupt. Almost everything, everywhere is corrupt, right? You got corrupted human beings everywhere. Everywhere. No matter where you go, there are humans that are corrupted, right? They're just corrupted people. And they breed corruption. So, I mean, just because someone's wearing a badge, don't mean they're a good person, right? Just because someone's in a church up on the podium preaching, doesn't mean they're a good person, right? I mean, what I'm saying is, don't be fooled. Don't be fooled, folks. There's a lot of bad people in this world. In every profession. There's bad people. There's bad people. That's all I'm saying. And I don't think Hawkins County is any different, to be honest. It sure ain't looking different anyway. It isn't looking different. But that's one of the things I wanted to talk about tonight, because I heard Don B, talking about how they was going to do all these things, and I was like, oh, hell no, they ain't. I talked to him personally, And I told y'all before that, before that even went down, I was like, I don't let people pull the wool over my eyes. When I talk to someone, I listen. right? I listen. When I read, I don't just read, I understand it. And if I don't understand it, then I'm going to freaking find someone who does and explain it to me, right? Because I have a need to know. I got a need to know everything. And when I talk to them, I fully comprehended what was going on there. I fully comprehended it, no doubt. You know, you got to sometimes read between the lines. Right? I just ain't understanding it. I ain't understanding why Don Sherfy's son's in jail for like ever and a day, and Fred Hill and Ronnie Lawson's son, who seems like they had bigger offense than this boy did, are walking around free. I don't know. Something ain't right there. Something ain't right. I don't care what anybody says. Something just ain't right. But anyway, I also wanted, and look at this. I mean, this guy seems to be a criminal from birth, right? Don Wells has been a criminal from birth. I mean, it's like he came out wearing an orange suit, right? It's like Don Wells just popped out, wearing one of them orange suits. I don't know. But, it is what it is. And look at him. Look at him. I mean, he's just a kid. He's already in trouble. And as he goes down, you could tell, you could just tell this guy's no good, right? This guy's no good. And hell, even when he got older, he's still a criminal, an old criminal. This guy's got 6 kids, 6 children, none of them that he ever did right? He's got 6 kids and he's still a criminal. I mean, Don Wells was not the type of man that, once he started a family, says, oh, I'm going to straighten my ass up and I'm going to, live and breathe for my family. And I'm going to have that picture perfect life. And my grandkids coming to visit. And, Don Wells didn't ever straighten up, did he? He just didn't ever straighten up. I mean, Don Wells just didn't ever want to grow up. That's his problem. He didn't want to grow up. He didn't know how to grow up. You can grow up and still stay young, right? You got to grow up enough to work a job and allocate that money into stuff that you can see, into things you can be proud of, into your home, into your car, into your refrigerator, into clothes on your back, right? You got to allocate that money, making sure that there's a roof over your family's head, clothes on your family's back, food in your family's refrigerator, a vehicle in case, to go to work and back, to be able to go to the doctors, to be able to go to grocery stores, right? You got to carry insurance on everything. If something happens, well, it's covered. These children had no health insurance, right? The Wells kids had no health insurance. They had no food in the refrigerator. They had no decent clothes on their backs. They had, They didn't have a decent roof over their head. These kids had nothing. These kids had nothing. They had a bunch of shoes that were 3 times too big, right? The Wells kids had to walk around looking like Flippo the Clown, right? You could put a freaking grocery bag, a whole grocery bag, in the freaking toe of each one of those kids' shoes, and they could still put it on. With no problem. Kids at school didn't like the Wells kids because they were dirty and they smelled and they wore clothes that didn't even fit them. Sometimes, sometimes to my understandings, the boys would wear girls' clothes because they had nothing else clean at the house. They would be going to school in a girl's top instead of a boy's. Don and Candace took no pride. Don worked. He worked hard. I'm not going to say he didn't work hard, but he might as well sit it on his ass. He might as well have stayed home and sat on his ass for all the good it did his children. Don Wells did not allocate his money towards a nice home, nice clothes for his kids, good food, a decent vehicle. He didn't do that. He allocated that money towards substances, a bunch of shit that is now gone, you guys. It's gone. Years and years and years of Don Wells' money is gone. Where is it gone? Well, I'll tell you where it's gone. It's gone to some dealer. It's gone to some dealer that has a nice home, that has a nice car, that's taking care of their kids. Their kids are dressing in the tens. Their kids are wearing the newest shoes, the newest brands of clothes. Their kids are going to the best schools, getting the best education. That's where it's going. I'm going to tell you, I've seen a lot of dealers, and dealers, they got a ton of money. They got a lot of nice stuff. Matter of fact, some of them own 3 or 4 houses, right? Some of them own 3 or 4 houses. They buy their mom one, their baby mama one, their self one, right? They own a ton of houses. Because they getting rich. They getting rich off of what? Don Wells of the world. Don Wells of the world. And Don don't care. Don doesn't care because he don't think about that. He don't think about everything he could have had with his own money. Right? He don't think about that because he ain't that smart. He ain't got enough brains to think about it. Hey, O'Sullivan, how you doing? Good to see you, sweetie. Oh, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Super chat. All right. Don grew 3 inches. Look at his mustache. And 1, he's 3 inches shorter. Hey, right? Right? Yeah. Well, when we get old, we start shrinking, right? We start shrinking. PG, I'm going to tell you. I ain't no 60, but I'm going to tell you what. I am hitting middle age. I'm hitting middle age, and I'm going to tell you, I'm starting to feel places I didn't know I had. And that ain't no lie. I was like, when did I become my parents? Right? When did I become my parents? Here recently, I'm like, oh hell no. you know? It's like, oh, absolutely not. I don't know when we become our parents, but you know, it's starting to. I'm starting to feel it. I'm starting to feel it, y'all. It's like, shoot. I used to run circles. I used to run circles around my house. And I'm gonna tell you something. I'm not running. I'm not running like that anymore. It's like, shoot. I don't think so. PG be taking it. PG be taking it easy. I'm like, shoot. What the hell was that just popped? Right? I don't know what's in there, but something popped. Right? I don't think that's good. But yeah. that stuff happens. That stuff happens. You know, you start I don't know. You start finding that that there's places you didn't even know you had, and you take your shoes off and you feel like you shrunk. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that. But Don Wells, he's getting old. He's getting old. And you're right. He did. He shrunk. I don't know why he shrunk. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I didn't take heed to that. Damn. That old boy was up there at 72 and 1. Next thing you know, he's at 69. Then he's at 68. Damn. Yeah. And then look at the end result. Look at the end result there, you guys. I don't know. That's like him right now, right? See the one right there with the fuzzy hair staring at you? That's like, whoa, what the hell happened to you? I don't know. I don't know. Something happened. But you know, this guy's been a convict for a long time, right? He's been a convict for a long time. I don't know why he didn't want to have a better life. You know, I would think Don Wells would want to be a role model for his children, right? I would think after the first picture there, the first one when he was young, he'd have got his self together and wanted to be a role model for his children. You know, I would think he would want to hide that little bump in the road called life, and became a great dad, and and everything he could do to keep his kids from ending up where he once did. But no, he just kept being a convict, right? And leading other people to be one too. From what Dudley said, he was at work, indulging in things with his own son. His son's like 12 years old, and he's out there, supporting his son to become a problem in the future as well. Who does that? Who does that? I don't care how many problems. I don't care how many problems, we have in our lives, right? I don't care what kind of problems that we went through. What kind, I don't care how many times we walk through hell. We don't want our children to do it. No parent wants their kids to do it. What kind of parent sits around and, leaves their kids down an unrighteous path? You don't do that. You keep your kids away from what you wish you would not have did, right? I think God lets a lot of us go through a lot of things so we can, keep our children from doing it. And if kids were smart, they listen to us. We've already been there. You want to save your kids from being there. It's just how it is. But, Sullivan, I appreciate it. I appreciate it, girl. Ding, 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 ding. I appreciate this super chat that you sent out for Summer's channel tonight. God bless, hon. God bless. Um, Crooked Arrow's in here. I'm not blocked. PG understands me. Hey, Crooked Arrow, good to see you, hon. Good to see you. Much love. Much love. Sherry's in the house. Oh, Sherry says she understands me. I'm glad somebody does, because PG don't understand herself. Right? I'm glad somebody understands me. But I stumbled upon something. I've been checking out, Find Summer Wells, Tim Mullins, Tim, and I don't know, Tim runs it, Robin. I think they correspond together to run that particular Facebook. But anyway, the Find Summer Wells Facebook, I was, looking in it and so forth and so on. And I said, what the hell's going on here? And here you go. Don Wells took a picture. He's standing on this grate. I'm not sure exactly where this is. It looks like it's some park. Maybe I don't know if it's Warriors Park. It might be the other one. I'm not sure. If you know where this is, let me know. I'm not exactly sure where he took this picture. It may be in the park where either maybe Warriors or Path, or possibly over in the other park where Cotton was found. I don't know. But anyway, he's standing out of all the places you could stand, all the places in the world you could stand. Don Wells is why, for one, why would you want to stand on a grate? Why would you want to stand on a rusty grate, right? That could possibly collapse, right? I don't know. I don't make it a habit to go jumping on, storm drains. I'm not saying I haven't stepped on storm drains, because I have. And when you do, you kind of pray to God that you don't disappear, right? So anyhow, but I was thinking to myself, out of all the places, Don Wells, that you could stand, why would you put a flag over your car, right? Why would you hang a flag over your vehicle and stand that ass right on top of a storm drain? Why would you do that? And this particular storm drain looks like it's been pried up before. Look on the side where the pavement's all broken. It looks like somebody's crowbarred it up before. I don't know. Is this another one of his games? Or or could that be maybe where Summer is? Could that possibly be? Some criminals, they'll do this. They'll go stand on the exact spot, thinking that no one's going to catch on to it, right? That no one's going to catch on to it. I think that drain right there that he's standing on needs to be looked into. I think it needs to be looked into. Just looked into. I just wanted to call it out. It could be. Don and Candace love to play games. They love to play games. But also, they're not very intelligent. They're not that smart. And, a lot of people's looked at this picture. Many times. And they didn't take note that he's on a storm drain. Nobody called it out. right? Because normally you just wouldn't, you're so busy looking at the place he's at, and you're so busy looking at the flag and the smirky ass smile on his face, right? The smirky smile on his face. You don't really notice the drain under his feet. But I did. I did. And I'm like, what the hell? What the hell is he doing standing on this thing? Right? What is he doing standing on it? Why would he be standing in that particular spot? All the places he could be, all the places he could stand. Why here? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if Fred's I don't know if Fred's a freaking, essayer or not. I don't know. I'm not Fred Hill. I don't know what he is. I know he went up on the Wells property and said that he saw Jody Sue Brown's son in a pool with Summer, and he insinuated that Jody Sue's son was thinking, bad things about Summer. I don't care. Personally, I don't care what Ziggy has to say. I don't care. I don't care what Ziggy has to say. Ziggy does not define who PG is, right? She don't define who I am. I consider the source. I consider the source of who she is and move on. I mean, Ziggy is a person that how many old people has she took to the cleaners? How many old people has she cheated out of their monies? Because I know two of them. I know two, personally from back at the beginning of this, like a couple of years ago. When I was over there on her panel, I know at two of them, older ladies that she took to the cleaners. They were both crying because they trusted her with their retirement money and she didn't give it back. Then there was one just recently, right? There's one just recently got her a car, which she don't no longer have, but she took all the like $5,000 of the lady's money. Was it like $5,000? And, pissed it down the drain, right? And now this lady, her retirement's gone. Money that she needed, money she trusted to be given back is gone. And how many more? And how many more? Because, I have people hit me up saying that Ziggy hits them up, right? I got people out of my chat that hits me up and says that Ziggy hits them up and asks them to pay her rent. Can they pay her rent? What the hell? I mean, Ziggy is she's a healthy freaking adult, right? She's a healthy ass adult. Get a job, get a damn job and pay your own freaking rent. Get a job and pay your own bills. These people out here spending their time to help find these children, to be a voice for the voiceless, isn't your freaking national bank. These people are not nobody's bank. They're not your bank account. These people out here are supporters of missing children. You're supposed to be representing these missing children. You're not supposed to be out here trying to just take all of these people for everything you can. I mean, wasn't she the one just having a porch sale? I think she's just having a porch sale with a bunch of clothes that she kept smacking shit off of. I don't even know if she was smacking off of them, but everything that she brought over to the camera, she's slapping stuff off of it. I mean, who the hell wants clothes that somebody's slapping shit off of? Right? I don't want that. I don't want that. I'm like, whoa, what the hell? What the hell's all these clothes got on them? I don't know. What's she smacking off of them clothes? You know? Oh, I wouldn't touch that shit. I wouldn't touch that shit with the 10-foot pole. Right? It's like, hell no. And she's like, oh, it's like new. Or no, she's saying it is new. She's like, I got a bunch of these and they're new. And that stuff ain't new. When you're slapping shit off of it, it's not new. Right? Because when I go to the store, right? When I go to the mall and I'm freaking buying, I'm buying some clothes and I take them up to the cash register to pay for them. Well, the woman that rings my stuff up, she doesn't start smacking shit off the clothes, right? I don't see her start smacking stuff off the clothes. Because I would be like, what the hell you doing? I don't want this shit. Right? They don't be smacking nothing off. Why? Because them clothes are new. They're new. They're freaking clean. They came from a factory. Right? Came out of clean packing, put on the racks. And I'd be picking it up. But I ain't gonna go somewhere where somebody's slapping, smacking shit off. Like, yeah, keep that away from me. I don't know what the fuck it is. That's crazy. And I'm gonna tell you, I don't know if Fred's a pedo or not. I don't know. I don't even care. I don't care. He could be. I might think he is. I could think he is. Maybe I will think he is. I don't know. I'm going to tell you something. I know that Laura told me, she asked me not to say anything about this. And I don't like to confide stuff out that people confide in me. I'm not one of them people. I don't like saying what people tell me. But you know what? Fred had, I think you guys know that Fred had a daughter by someone else that was living with him and Laura. And then him and Laura had 2 children also. Laura had a daughter and a son, but Fred had a previous daughter from another marriage or girlfriend, or I don't know who the hell it was from. I don't know if it was a wife or a girlfriend or what. I just know he had another daughter by someone else. And I know that daughter was living with Fred and Laura. Okay. And that happened. I think that's the daughter. I think that's the same daughter that that was down there at the Wells house hanging around with that old man, that old pedo man that was living in the shed. And he was giving this girl, introducing this girl and giving this girl illegal substance, right? The way Candace was giving it to, Hunter and other young men that she shouldn't. And Candace was supplying minors with stuff they was not supposed to have. And this old man living in one of their sheds was supplying children with stuff they weren't supposed to have too. One of them children happened to be Fred Hill's daughter. That I don't think she belongs to Laura. She belongs to somebody else that Fred got with before Laura. But Laura pretty much, from my understandings, raised the girl. Her and Fred was raising this girl. Now, it's to my understandings that whoever this woman was that Fred was with before and had this child by, this woman was an essayer, allegedly, according to Laura. According to Laura, the woman Fred was with and had a child by, a little girl by, before he got with Laura, was a pedo, right? And also, and this is what Laura said, not PG. I'm just a messenger. This is what Laura said. I just want you guys to know. These are Laura's words. This woman was, bothering this child, and she was allowing other men to bother this child also. So I don't know. I did not at any time say that Fred Hill was an essayer. I did not ever say he was. I said he could be. Now, I did say that. I said he could be. Because when he went up on the hill and he saw Jody Sue's son playing in that swimming pool, he had dirty thoughts in his mind. Fred Hill said that Jody Sue's son was up there in that pool with Summer, and he was insinuating that Jody Sue's son was thinking about, things that you should not be thinking about with that little girl. Now, I don't know what Jody Sue's son was thinking, and Fred Hill does not know what Jody Sue's son was thinking. Fred Hill ain't a mind reader. He don't know what Jody Sue's son was thinking in that pool. If the boy was even in the pool. If he was even there, I don't know. But what I'm saying is, Fred don't know what someone else is thinking. But I know what he was thinking, right? He was thinking bad stuff about Summer. He was thinking about, essay stuff about Summer. When he was thinking of someone else was thinking it, he was thinking it himself. And I didn't like that. Why would you even have thoughts like that? Why would you have thoughts like that? If I walked into a backyard and there was a couple kids, in a pool, even if it was, a little kid and an older kid, I wouldn't be thinking anything. I wouldn't be thinking nothing disgusting. I would think, this older kid's watching this younger child so it doesn't get, hurt or, goes under the water or, I would think that, hey, they got this older kid out here, watching this younger kid playing with it. And that's about all that would be on my mind. I wouldn't think nothing disgusting because I don't have a disgusting mind. But, what I'm saying is when people tell you stuff, they're telling you more about themselves than they're telling you about someone else. And I think Fred was telling us more about him when he was talking about Jody Sue's son than he was ever tell us about Jody Sue's son. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, you guys. So, yes, PG, Bugs was in the pool with Summer. I saw the picture. Okay, well, what I'm saying is, I don't think Bugs was thinking anything bad, anything disgusting, but Fred Hill sure was. Fred Hill was sure thinking something disgusting, you know? And, you got to wonder, why would he be thinking this? I mean, I don't know. I know what was on his mind, and I just, like I said, I didn't like it. And yes, I did call it out. I called it out. I'm going to tell you what. Um, I ain't afraid of anybody on Ben Hill Road. What I'm afraid of, is my God. I'm afraid of my God, and I'm afraid not to tell the truth. Right? I'm afraid not to be telling the truth. That's why it's very important for me to tell the truth. I don't care who I offend. I don't give a damn. I don't care if that offends Fred Hill. It's the truth. It's the truth. And if the truth offends him, oh, well, stick it where the sun don't shine. Ask me if I give a damn. Because I don't. I don't care. Fred Hill is a liar. He's a liar. He lied about Don Wells being up there at 2:30 that day. He lied about Andy B being on that road at freaking 3. There's no way in hell he saw Andy at 3:30 that day when his ass wasn't even in there. He can't see Andy when he's already gone to the scrapyard. How the hell is he going to see Andy? Because Chad came in there at 4:00, and Candace was down there at Fred's house. Chad saw Candace sitting at Fred's house around 4:00 that day, and she was already there. And Fred and Laura was gone. They were already gone. So how the hell would they see Andy? And if they saw Andy, then Candace had to see Andy because Candace was there. She would have had to see Andy in there too. Fred lies. He's a liar. And he lies about so many things. He said that he knew Rose Bly. That Rose Bly was was up on 110 Ben Hill Road, selling herself. Right? That, she was up there doing evil stuff. And Rose Bly hadn't ever been in Tennessee. Matter of fact, when Rose Bly came up missing in Wisconsin, Candace and Don Wells was still in Arkansas. And there is proof that they were still in Arkansas because there is a police report of Kansas attacking Don Wells' daughter's boyfriend after Rose Bly came up missing. And they were still in Arkansas. They hadn't even headed into Tennessee yet. Candace lied. She said that when her sister came up missing, that her and Don was between Arkansas and Tennessee. No, they weren't. When Rose Bly came up missing, Don and Candace's asses were both in Arkansas. They hadn't even thought about. They were in Arkansas living in a van, Donald's van, and hadn't even thought about moving over into Tennessee yet. And that's the truth. Matter of fact, they were homeless in their van, and after that, this lady took them in, and they even attacked the lady. Don and Candace Wells attacked this woman at her refrigerator. She was lucky that someone went and got help. Right? And the landlord threw them out. They thought they was going to send this lady to jail and take over her home. And the landlord came there and said, oh, hell no, you're not. You two are getting the hell out of here. And he made them leave. That's when they went over into Tennessee. They were not in Tennessee. Absolutely not. And they still, even when the lady threw them out, even when the landlord threw them out of that lady's house, Candace still stayed there long enough to have her oldest son. Her oldest son was born in Arkansas. And then they took him and moved over into Tennessee with his mother. And the second son was born in Tennessee. The third son was born in Tennessee. And Summer was born in Tennessee. I wish people would, get their facts straight. And Fred needs to get his facts straight, right? He doesn't know Rose. He knows nothing about Rose. Because Rose wasn't ever in Tennessee. That's bullshit. It's bullshit. Fred Hill is a liar. So, Ziggy, I don't care what. Ziggy went and married a number one suspect in Summer Wells' case, right? She went and married a freaking suspect. Everybody up there in Ben Hill Road, Don Wells, Candace, Grandis, Fred Hill, Laura, all of these people are suspects. They're all suspects, you guys. Believe it or not, they are. And she goes up there and marries one. She goes up there and marries a guy that's manufacturing an illegal substance, right? Distributing it, that should be in jail. She goes up there and marries it. And she's going to bring it home, to her daughter, right? She's going to bring it home to her daughter. Really? You're going to bring a man home that's already unalived a man before, and then police believe might have unalived another man, Cotton, right? They're giving him a lie detector's test about Cotton that came out inconclusive, so they don't know if he did or didn't at this point. And, yeah. And he manufactures one of the worst substance that anyone could manufacture. That shit makes sores break out all over you and everything else. And she's going to bring this into her household. She married it. I don't have no respect for Ziggy. I have none. Zilch. None. Absolutely none. Who the hell does that? Who does that? You don't bring those kind of people into your home around your children. You just don't do it. You don't do it. You leave them people where the hell they are. Right? You don't bring a freaking convict into your house. Right? Fred Hill didn't change. Fred Hill was forced into rehab. He was forced into rehab. They forced this man into rehab. He didn't willfully go to rehab. He didn't willfully get clean. He was forced to do so. When people are it ain't something he wanted to do. It isn't something he wanted to do. So, what I'm saying is when you don't want to do something, when you're forced, you'll probably go back to what you were doing, right? You'll probably end up going back to what you was doing. And she's going to bring this into her home. She's going to marry it. I don't know. I don't know, you guys. I don't know. If he harms her daughter, then she's got to, if he harms her or her daughter, she's got to blame her damn self. Who opened the fucking door for him? Who opened the door for him? She did. Blame herself, right? Blame herself. Why did she do it? I mean, she knew that Fred and Laura was a couple. She knew Fred and Laura had been together for over 20 years. Why the hell would you go down there and take some other woman's man? Why would you go down there and befriend this woman, befriend her husband and or boyfriend or whatever Fred was? I mean, they're together for 20 years. I mean, damn, some marriages don't even last that long, right? There's marriages that don't last 20 damn years. These two people were together for 20 years. Why did you break it up? Because you don't give a fuck about nobody but yourself. Ziggy don't care about her daughter. She cares about Ziggy. She didn't care about Laura. She cared about Ziggy. She didn't care about them old women and their retirement money needed to be paid back. She cared about herself. She's just a self-centered, selfish, self-seeking fucking human. She's exactly what the Bible warns you against, right? And she's evil. She's evil, man. She's over there doing all that woohoo shit and, you know, getting weird and I don't know. Just, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I tell it like it is. Why people would, you know, why people put it this way. If the Lord came today, would you want him to catch you in Ziggy's fucking chat? Would you want him to catch you in Ziggy's chat talking about the woohoo shit? I sure the hell wouldn't, because I'm going to tell you, if you're in that chat, you probably ain't going to heaven. Because the Bible tells you, don't you even partake in that stuff. Don't you even let your feet be around it. Don't sit in the seat of the scornful. You better be delighting in the law of the Lord, baby. You better be somewhere where somebody's talking about God. You better be somewhere where somebody's bowing their head and praying. That's all I got to say. You ain't going to catch me there. You ain't catching PG there. Hell no. You know? No. I don't even care. And I don't care what Ziggy says. I don't give a damn. You know, I'll tell it like it is. I mean, Fred was with a woman that supposedly was partaking in was SA-ing his youngest daughter and allowing other people to do it. And he was with her. He was with her before he got with Laura. So what the hell was he doing? I mean, if you're with somebody that is, you know, touching your child, then what the hell was you doing? I don't know. What I'm saying is, you know, he wasn't taking his daughter. He wasn't, you know, taking his daughter and leaving that woman when he was with her. And I don't think this woman, you know, all of a sudden starts touching a child after Fred left. I mean, she's touching a child after he left. She was touching a child before he left. Right? And if she was letting other men touch a child, then, you know, well, he was her man at that time. So, you know, I don't know. I don't know what he is. I don't care. This is a bit of information, you know. This is a bit of information that, you know, Laura told me. And I'm just telling you, you know, you take it and, you know, and analyze it for yourself. Right. And, you know, I have nothing against, you know, I'm not going to tell nobody to believe my way. You know, I ain't asking nobody to believe my way. I don't believe a damn thing Fred Hill says at all. I have researched everything he said. I researched the Rose Bly, and he's a liar. He's a liar. I have researched, you know, Andy Bernard's son supposedly being over there in a pool. And I hear it was H in the pool, not Andy Bernard's son. To my understandings, it was H in that pool, not Andy Bernard's son. It was not little Andy over there in that pool. So, you know, I I don't know. I seen a picture. I seen a picture, and it was H in the pool with Summer. It was not Andy's son. I seen a picture, and the one I saw in that pool was H. Hunter. It was Hunter, not Andy Bernard's son. You know, if somebody has a picture of Andy Bernard's son in a pool with Summer, please send it to me, because I have researched for it and I cannot find it. I did find one with H, with Hunter, but not Andy Bernard's son. So, you know, if you have it, please send it to me. Please. Send it through, you know, send it through Messenger on Facebook. How? Post it up big on Facebook. I don't care. You know, post it right up there. Send it through the email. Let me see it, because I'm not going to believe it until I see it. I do not think it was Andy's son. It was H in that pool. I don't believe anything that Fred Hill says, because everything Fred Hill has said so far, and I know there's no way that Fred saw Andy on June 15, 2021. And I'll tell you why. Because Fred wasn't in there. Him and Laura left out of Ben Hill Road between 3 and 3:30. And Chad came in between 3:30 and 4 o'clock and found Candace. So they were all met up down there. Candace, Laura, and Fred, and I truly believe Cotton. I truly believe Cotton may have been there on June 15, 2021 at Fred's house, along with Laura and Candace. And Laura said, if you remember, Laura said, well, we got pretty mean with her. We was pretty mean to her. Well, how could you be mean to her if you guys didn't see her? Right? If you didn't see her that day, how could you not lie and say that you guys were pretty rude to her? Right? And you said you guys, more than one. And I think that might be where Cotton's coming into all of this. So I don't know. You guys. I just don't believe Fred. Like I said, I do my research. I diligently do it. You know I do. You guys know that I do everything I can for Summer. You know this. And you guys know that PG wants Summer to be found, brought home, and justice served just as much as anyone else. But I'm not going to sit around and say that I believe Fred Hill just to get along with fucking Ziggy. I'm not going to do it. You know, and I don't tell anybody, I don't tell no one here, nobody here, where you can go, where you cannot. I don't want nobody telling me where I can go and where I can't go. I don't rule anybody. I tell all of Summer's army, look, go where you want to go. And, you know, hopefully you come back. You know, but you are your own person. Everyone is their own person. I want you to think for yourself, do for yourself, go where you want to go, be who you want to be. I'm not going to try to rule anybody. I'm not one of them channels that says, oh, I saw you over here, I saw you over there, and blocked or timed out. No, I'm not that person. I'm sorry. And ain't going to become that person. This ain't PG's channel. This is Summer's channel. This channel is for missing children. I do all I can do to get all the answers for these kids. And I tell the truth. I need the truth. I want the truth. And I only seek the truth. And I tell the truth. And I'm telling you now, Fred Hill's a damn liar. And I think he just makes shit up, like Jody Sue and like Candace and Donald. I think he makes shit up to try to make, you know, to help Ziggy and her channel be able to take people to the cleaners. To, he took money from Laura to give to Ziggy. He had Laura supporting Ziggy with her own money. And he knew he was going to be leaving Laura for Ziggy. But he played Laura, had Laura sending her money through Ziggy, saying it was for him. And he was, and that's how he was keeping Ziggy up. I have no respect for people like that. I have no respect for people like that. And if you think he wouldn't lie his ass off to entertain a bunch of people so that Ziggy gets click, likes, and views, and, and DoorDash and money for her rent and all the BS, of course he will. Of course he will. Everybody has a right to like who they like, It's like, I like Ernie. I pray for Ernie, right? I pray for him. I like the guy. I would miss him if he wasn't out here. And I pray for him. A lot of people don't. And that's okay. That's okay. I don't want no one telling me I can't pray for Ernie, that I can't like Ernie. I don't want people telling me what I can and cannot do. I don't want people telling me I can't like Justin. I love Justin. Justin's like my brother. I do not want people telling me who I can and cannot like. I love Smiley. Right? I love the woman. I don't want people telling me who I can and cannot like. And I ain't telling nobody out here who you can and cannot like. If you like Ziggy and you believe Fred, hey, baby, I say great. I agree to disagree, right? I agree to disagree. At the end of the night, we hug it out and we move on. No big deal. No big deal. We all have our own opinions. That's true. Hey, Day, I know you got your head in the bushes and I just snapped a cold one. Too bad you ain't gonna get none of it. Dang, girl. That's a good cold one, too. Absolutely delicious. Yeah, but you won't be getting none of that, Day. You won't be getting none. I know you were hanging. I know you're in my bushes with your freaking tongue hanging out, wishing you could get a drink, but nope. Not today. Not today. I'm no Ziggy fucking ass kisser. I ain't about to become a Ziggy fucking ass kisser. I don't care about Ziggy, and I don't give a fuck about Fred Hill. And that's all I got to say. That's all I got to say about it. I don't know, if Fred Hill, likes little girls or little boys. I don't know. I don't even, I don't know. I don't even care. That's for law enforcement to figure out, right? That's for law enforcement to figure out on him. Not PG. Not PG. I'm busy trying to figure out what happened to Summer Moon Utah Wells. I'm busy trying to figure out who was involved with Summer's disappearance. I'm busy trying to figure out who was involved. If there was trafficking going on up there, who all was involved in that trafficking? We know for a fact. And it is a fact. We know for a fact that the way Don Wells changed up his routine and driving a different vehicle, firing his co-worker to blame it on. And he said that he was holding Summer in that picture, crying, telling Summer, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry, Summer. Because he knew she was going to be gone. He knew. And she was on June the 15th, 2021, right after he changed up the vehicle and fires his co-worker to blame it on. The very next day, she comes up missing, and he blames it on the very co-worker he fired, because that's why he fired him. That's why he fired him, because he needed someone to blame it on. So, in my opinion, what happened to Summer was premeditated. It was carried out June the 15th, 2021. Don Wells was hiding over in Jonesboro, and Candace and Grandis up on that hill. And I truly believe they know exactly what happened to that little girl, because Candace is the one that took Summer and did whatever was done with her. That's my opinion. There is factual stuff that allows us to understand this is exactly what happened. That's factual. And it is, what happened to her, we don't know. We don't know. Who all was involved, we don't know. I know Fred was up at 110 Ben Hill Road thinking something gross about Summer, because he said that someone else was thinking it. No, that was in his mind. In his mind, he was thinking about this little girl. Was he involved somehow? Well, Candace supposedly was at his house. She was at his house between 3:30 and 4 o'clock. She told Chad that Summer's already missing. And Summer wasn't supposed to be missing till 5:55 to 6:05. Make that make sense. Summer's supposed to be planting flowers at 4 o'clock. She wasn't even supposed to be planting flowers. At 4 o'clock, Summer's supposed to have been in the house sitting on the floor playing with her toys. Candace was just getting ready to go and look out the door and go talk to her mother before coming back and even getting Summer. Summer wasn't even supposed to be planting no flowers until about 4:30. She wasn't supposed to be washing her hands until almost 5 o'clock. She wasn't supposed to be getting a piece of candy till probably after 5. She wasn't even supposed to be getting walked back over to that house until around 5:30 or after. That's all I'm saying. I agree about Fred making up stories for Ziggy to have content. I believe 100% Summer was handed off to someone for sick reasons. Yeah. As you know, that's, yeah. I mean, it's one or two scenarios. One scenario is she was handed off to someone for sick reasons. 2, she had been handed off so much that something went wrong and they needed to destroy her. And they did. Now, I don't know which one happened that day, but one of the two, in my opinion, one of the two definitely happened. One of the two definitely happened on June the 15th, 2021. Was Fred Hill involved in it in any way? I don't know. We don't know. Is there a good possibility that he was? Absolutely. Laura also told me, that she was very worried about Fred confiding into Ziggy about Cotton. that she felt Ziggy would get Fred put into prison. Listen. I don't care. I don't care about Ziggy, and I don't care about Fred. And what Ziggy needs to do, she needs to keep my name the hell up out of her mouth. That's what she needs to do. She needs to keep my name the hell up out of her mouth. Right? Because you know what? I'm doing righteously for these missing children. I'm not marrying no number one suspects in this case. Bring them home. I ain't bringing none of that garbage out of Ben Hill Road home around my freaking children. I am here trying to get answers. I'm trying to get answers for a missing 5-year-old child. The same thing Ziggy was supposed to be doing. She ain't trying to get answers for Summer Moon Utah Wells. She's trying to get that dirty butt Fred at her house. And his used up pickle in her pants. That's all I got to say. That's all I got to say. She does not care about answers for Summer. Because if she cared about the answers for Summer, she wouldn't be attacking this channel and every other channel that is out here for these missing children. You can write Ziggy off. You can write her off for being for missing children after she's married a number one suspect in a missing child's case. You want to talk about somebody standing outside the prison gate? That's where her ass was. That's where she was. And she is defending this man. She's defending this man that could have had all to do with Summer's disappearance. She don't know. But she don't care. All she cares about is freaking biting on his fucking pickle and letting him stick it wherever the sun don't shine. Right? And that is what it is. That's what it is. And you know, I know that, you know, she's probably got some of her minions in the bushes as well, and they can run back and tell her that. Go tell her. And while you're at it, tell her. Yeah. Now that she mentions it, PG kind of thinks that he could possibly be an essayer. Because he was thinking dirty stuff about Summer, trying to put it off on someone else. He had an old lady that was before Laura that was laying around with this child. Letting other people lay around with it. He was with it. He was with her. What the hell was he doing? I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea. Oh, here's Fred's army. Fred's army in the background wanting to say something ugly. What do you want to say? Look at Fred's army. Little Freddy's army. Yeah. Get the hell out of here. You just got a steel-toe boot in the backside. Hope God lets you feel that. That's all I got to say. Freaking weirdo. Oh, when he called me all kinds of bad names. Whatever. Like I give a shit. Oh my God. These kids are like freaking, they're like freaking like you're on a grade school playground, right? I'm gonna come in your back chat and I'm gonna call you names. I'm gonna come up under Fred's army. Really? Man, grow the fuck up, right? Grow the fuck up. What is wrong with these people? Right? Your mama wears combat boots. Okay. I hope so. In this world, you need somebody to protect your ass. I hope she wears them. What the hell? Man, that ain't no damn insult. That's a compliment. Exactly. Ain't that right? Ain't that right? Yeah. They're Fred's army. They're Fred's army. They're not Summer's army. They're Fred's army, right? You've seen it. Fred's army. You know, Ziggy is Fred's army. You know, I'm going to tell you something. Nobody needs to get even with Ziggy. She got even with herself, right? She got even with herself. I mean, who the hell has to go to Ben Hill Road to find a husband? Who the fuck has to go to the dirty to find a husband? That's disgusting. That's damn disgusting. You know? Ziggy goes around praying. She goes around praying on, you know, people like Fred Hill. You know, she goes around preying on the only thing she could get is a convict, obviously. Some special ed guy across the road from her. If you need anything, I'd be watching you. And I'm willing to give you whatever you want. I mean, just anything. If you want to take a walk, I want to take a walk with you too. You know, we could walk together and talk. Seriously? Really? Okay. Yeah. And then you seen he had a wad of money in his hand, right? Go back and look at the video. You seen he pulled out a wad of money. Yeah, she'll be having that guy. Well, I thought with his wife being there, it's okay. You ain't that fucking stupid. You ain't that stupid. You know, ain't nobody in this world that stupid. You play fucking stupid. You're going to have her old man coming in your back door, and you know that wad of money? Well, he's going to keep it. The only thing he's going to give you is his dirty pickle. Because that's all you're going to end up getting. It's all you're going to get from Fred. Fred wasn't giving you his money. He was giving you his ex-old lady's money. He ain't giving you shit. All you're going to get is his dirty pickle, right? You're going to get, what you're going to get is freaking, you're going to get up and see his pants standing in the corner by herself. And his dirty ass laying in your bed, stinking it the fuck up. But then again, you probably stink too. Look at your house. Probably stank as well. I don't know. Just saying. The house looked nasty. She's smacking shit off them clothes. Probably freaking rat shit and bug shit and dog shit and cat shit. I don't know. All kinds of stuff. Smacking it off of there. Could you imagine the smell that's embedded in those clothes? Hell. Hell no. That's like, that's a no-no. You know, you're supposed to have a freaking closet, right? You're supposed to have a freaking shoe closet. You open it up and it's got racks. You put all your shoes, and not your shoes as in out of the box. You put your shoes in the box, right? Put your shoes in the box because shoes cost a lot of money. You put them in your box and you put them on the rack in your shoe closet. Then you have your clothes closet, right? Your clothing closet. And you keep all of your stuff in there pristine, right? Pristine. Hanging on racks. You have your drawers, in your walk-in closet. You have your drawers you pull out and you put your lingerie and your stuff in. You close the drawer. I mean, that's how you're supposed to live. You have a shelf. You have a shelf above your clothes. You keep your Louis Vuittons on, right? All your other things that you buy. Your hats, right? Your winter gloves, hats, all your little things. I don't know. Your room's supposed to be clean from corner to corner. Not a big ass junk room. Who the hell has a junk room? Man, I'll tell you what. All that shit would be sitting at the curb. They could have it for free. I'm not going to be slapping shit off. You have that shit for free. I have a policy. If it has not been pulled out and used within the 4 seasons of the year, if summer comes and it ain't been used, and fall comes, it ain't been used, and winter comes, it ain't been used, and springtime comes around and it ain't been used, well, it goes in the damn we don't need it box, right? We don't need it. And it goes out. It goes out of the house for donation or at the side of the curb for free. I don't need it. Ain't used it a year. Why do I care? I don't need it. It's just the way it is. Who in the hell has a junk room where they store a bunch of junk for years? Who does that? I'm going to tell you, you got to be a hoarder. You got to be some type of hoarder to do that. I don't know. Right? It is what it is. But you know something? Our truth over here must be irritating their demons. That's all I got to say. Our truth has to be irritating their demons. And I've heard Ziggy sitting around. I've heard her sitting around and filthy lies coming out. I think I think being what she is, she would know better than to lie, right? She one of them woo-woo people. I think she know better than to fucking lie. She shouldn't lie. Be careful about lying. But I hear lies coming out her face about PG. Saying PG said this, PG said, don't lie. Don't be lying. Now, before tonight, I didn't know what to think about Fred. I didn't know what to think about him. But since she brought it to my attention, and I have, rethought about it, about him up on Ben Hill saying that little boy was thinking bad things, which was in his mind instead of that child's. And Laura telling me about his wife, and his wife being an essayer to a child and letting other people do it, and he was with it. It's possibilities there, right? Possibilities there. I mean, I don't know for sure, but I sure the hell suspect it. I suspect it. That's all I'm saying. By his own actions, by Fred's own actions, I suspect it. By his his old lady's actions before he got with Laura on the child thing. I suspect it. I just suspect it. I don't know. I have no idea. I'm going to tell you, I do not know why people want to support evil. I don't know, I don't know why people supported her after she did them first two ladies wrong. I don't know why they supported her after that. I definitely don't know why they supported her after she took the other lady to the cleaners for that car. I don't know why, and I definitely can't understand it now that she's married to Fred, who could have been involved in Summer's case. I don't understand it. And she's really taken up for this pickle, right? She's really taken up for this pickle. I don't know. The skinny fucking pickle, she's all over it. I don't know. Like Don Wells said, seems kind of elusive, right? That's all I can say. But that ain't why I'm here tonight. I'm here because right here, Don Wells is taking this picture, and I got to ask why is Don Wells, out of all the places, why is he taking it standing on this particular grate right here? I don't know. But let's go back to what Mary said.
Well, I called TBI Friday, and I had told them some stuff that I remembered back in August that my dad had told me about, I don't know, a month or so after Summer went missing. And so I called TBI and let them know, and then they let the head agent or whoever he was, they let him know, and then he called me back today. And I told him about what my dad had said. My dad had told me that Donnie told him that he didn't trust Candace, and that he thought that she put Summer down the septic tank clean out on the property.
There you go, you guys. Donald confided in his dad. Now, Donald's dad, he's ill. He's got an illness that he can't remember. He can't remember things really good, but yet this man is talking about the child being put down in some type of septic tank, or possibly, possibly a grate, right? Possibly this type of grate. Would Don Wells go take a picture on the grate that they might have disposed of Summer in? Yeah, I think he's that ignorant. I really do. I really think that Don Wells probably is about that ignorant. Absolutely. I think that this Grate should be checked out by law enforcement. I think they should figure out where this is and check it out. At least check it. Because, even though, everything about a human will deteriorate, but bones don't. Bones do not deteriorate. They possibly could find the bones down in there. You know, if indeed this might be where they have disposed of her at. I don't know, but I think it's worth looking into. I think it is worth looking into. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Um, you know, I'm going to tell you with Summer's case, tomorrow night, I'm going to also, bring out some things about Candace, some things that are very strange about Candace. I was going to do it tonight, but we're running, late tonight with all this other things, and I know everybody needs their rest. I know PG does for sure. You know, um, Belinda, I have to see you. All I can see is your finger. What the fuck ever that was, I don't even know. It's weird as hell. She shows me half of her face and then moves her finger around some freaking weird direction. Well, I don't know. Whatever it was, that's on her, right? That's on her. For sure. For sure. That's weird. That's weird. But anyway, tomorrow night I wanted to bring out the videos, the way there's a video at the swimming at I think it's Laurel Run of Candace and Grandis, and there's Grandis, Candace, Allie, and all the kids, and the kids are all swimming, and Candace is videoing it, and Candace takes the camera, and she puts it, on the kids, and then she puts it over on Grandis, she puts it on Allie, she comes back, puts it on the kids, then she puts it on Summer, and Summer comes running up to her, and gets excited about, swimming, and then Summer goes off and she's going up, trying to get up, where the waterfall is, and she's slipping a little bit, right? She's slipping a little bit, which I wouldn't let my kids on there, but then again, I care about my kids, but Candace is videoing all over the place, right? And everybody that's there. And then on June 15th, the video that she takes at the horse pond down there at that swimming hole, she doesn't, she tries to say that Grandis is down there, right? She tried to say Grandis was down there, but she doesn't show Grandis on that camera. She shows H on the camera. She shows us Summer out there on the camera. She shows us a flower, right? A flower she's looking at. And then she videos H going out into the water and the camera goes off. Now, that is, that's not the way Candace videos. Candace is one of the people, like in the, at Laura Run, she's one of them people that she takes that camera and she turns it on everybody that's there. What I'm saying is, if Grandis would have been down there, I think we would have saw Grandis on that video. I'm pretty sure we would have. But we didn't see Grandis because I don't believe Grandis was down there when her and H and Summer was swimming. I also find it, also Candace is just a lazy person. And I do not believe she would take the time to dry a child up, get it completely dressed, and it's brand new school clothes. I mean, she didn't ever put Summer in her brand new clothes before, and we know they've been swimming, right? This is what Candace does all the time with these kids going swimming. She didn't ever put her in a brand new outfit before, but this particular day, she, redresses her in a brand new school outfit, which she ends up having inside of a box. She ends up having it hidden. Later, we find out that this outfit, Candace indeed had it in that box. Everything except the shorts, except the dark gray shorts that went to it. I find that kind of suspicious. I find that very suspicious. And Summer's completely missing. How does Candace she leads everyone to believe that this is the exact outfit Summer disappeared in, but it wasn't. It wasn't. Because she has that outfit. She has it in that box. So it's not the outfit the girl, disappeared in. You got to ask yourself, what did Summer disappear in? Or did Candace decide to take the clothes off so that what I'm saying is it takes a long time for clothes to deteriorate, and a lot of humans are found by those clothing, right? A lot of humans are found, that law enforcement knows it's the person by the clothes. So maybe the clothes were taken back so that, maybe Summer had nothing on but those shorts when she was, disposed of. And that was so that deterioration would happen quicker, and nothing that could lead back to Candace and them could be found, like the jacket, the shirt, so forth. I don't know. You don't know how these criminals think, right? You don't know exactly, how far their minds go, how deep they have done their research. You don't know how deep they've done their research, right? Well, I know that, some people who unlive someone will try to bury them, and they'll try to, pour lye. They'll try to pour lye and other chemicals on top of the person to make them deteriorate faster. And when they do that, they take the clothing. The person ain't clothed. because, I mean, you're going to pour lying stuff on clothes. You can't do that. They're trying to get the person to deteriorate. So, you guys know what I'm talking about. I mean, you watch as many, you guys watch as much true crime and everything as PG does, and and research. I'm sure you guys do research, on criminal-minded people. Maybe not, because that might not be the field you're in. But you have to, different criminals think differently. It's not like a set standard for every criminal, right? There's like super criminal minded people, who really do the research, who really know their stuff. Then there's, the mediocre criminal minded humans that, those are the kind of wing it. They do a little bit, their hope is greater than, and I'm not sure where the wells are in all of this. I'm not sure where they are. Donald seems to be somewhere maybe sitting in the middle of the two. Somewhere in the middle of the two. I gotta say, he does do his research. The avenue. So I don't know. Absolutely. She's been hidden deep enough. They have been confident enough to say she would never be found. Absolutely. That's true. Second to none. And I don't know. Don's, I'm going to tell you, the one thing I took note of in this particular picture is look at the smirk on Don Wells' face. Look at the smirk. He had that same smirk when he was talking to the news lady, right? He said, well, actually, I could ask you that same question too. And remember the smirk on his face? Right? The smirk. He also, when the newsman came up there to the house on the side of the hill, remember that? Remember the one that he promised a ride but didn't give it to him? Remember the one that stood on the side of the hill and Candace didn't talk to him and didn't want him up on the hill? And Don came down to the bottom of the hill to talk to him. And Don told him that, gave him the same smirk and said, Summer won't ever be found. Remember that? And he also gave the same smirk when he made another statement. He made another statement that, how are they going to prosecute him with no evidence, right? And he said they can't do that. They can't do that with no evidence. And he gave the same smirk, right? The same smirk. And now he's got that smirk on top of this grate. He's got the same smirk standing on top of this grate. I don't know. Just seems kind of suspicious to me. Absolutely suspicious. Would he be ignorant enough to go stand on a spot that he disposed, that they disposed Summer on? I don't put nothing past them. I don't put nothing past them, you guys. Nothing. That's all I'm saying. You're talking about the flute player. The flute player was called to their house on June 15th, 2021, because Candace had called the church and explained to the church what is going on and wanted Robin. The church called the flute player and asked the flute player to escort Robin up to the Wells house because they didn't want her going up there alone. And he agreed. He agreed to go to meet Robin up there and escort her during the time she was there, consoling or talking or whatever she was doing with the Wells. That's what the flute player was doing up there. Did he have anything to do with what happened to Summer? I don't know. I don't think so. I wouldn't think so. It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell how many people are involved in what has happened to Summer Moon Utah Wells. I think there's a lot of people involved. I think that the Wells children are scared to talk. I think the Wells children were abused into submission a long time ago. I think those children were abused into submission a long time ago. What I'm saying is, I think they have a lot of fear in them of Don and Candace Wells. I think those kids have seen a whole lot of sinisterness, a whole lot of evilness, a whole lot. They know how their parents are and the people around their parents. And they know they're in grave danger if they, or at least they believe they are. They believe that they're in grave danger if they say anything. And children, these three boys, I don't think no one's going to get anything out of these boys until they reach an age where they're not afraid. Those boys will reach an age. They will get to an age where they're no longer afraid of anyone. Every teenager and young adult hits that age where they think they can take the world, right? They can take the world. That you don't scare me anymore. I'm not afraid. I can take care of myself now. I'm not scared of anything. And when they reach that age, they may tell a whole lot we don't know. But I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. Those boys are still young. They're still scared. They're still afraid. And when, they have to overcome that fear. They have to overcome what Don and Candace has done to them. Like I said, I truly believe that they've been, scared into submission way before Summer even came up missing. those kids were, those kids were afraid of Don and Candace. And I believe they still are. I believe they still are. And I think that's why, they asked the judge. They wanted to talk to the judge. They wanted to tell the judge, please don't send them back. They didn't want to go back there. That was a big red flag right there. And Child Protective Services and the court system, well, they don't want to pressure any child. They will not pressure a child. They just won't do it. It's too psychologically damaging to do something like that. So they're not going to do it. They'll just wait. They'll wait. If the child comes forth, great. But they're not going to pressure it. They're not going to, damage these children no more than they've already been damaged, is what I'm saying. Just because a picture is uploaded, just because I upload a picture today doesn't mean it was taken today. It don't mean it was, I could upload a picture that I took a year ago. And, people say, whoa, PG uploaded this picture, on this day, but, the picture has nothing to do with that day. It's just just a picture that I uploaded for some reason, right? There's always reasoning behind it. But I always felt that she uploaded that picture. I always felt she uploaded that picture to kind of make people, think Summer was inside the house, as, proof to make people I think it was a picture taken on a different day, but I think she uploaded it then in order to throw people off about Summer being in the house. That's what I think. And why would she do that? I don't know. It kind of makes me think that Summer wasn't ever in the house. If she felt she had to upload a picture putting Summer in the house, it kind of makes me wonder if Summer ever, got out of that vehicle, once they got home. It makes me wonder, I think law enforcement kind of thinks Summer was no longer with us on those milk jugs. I think law enforcement kind of believes that, Summer's nail beds, if you look at the picture, that particular picture of her sleeping, her nail beds look like they're already turning. And that's not a good sign. That's not a good sign. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It's just a really complicated case. Summer's case is really complicated because you have, so many liars. You have so much going on in it. It's pathetic. It's pathetic. And sad to say the least. Sad to say the least. But I don't know, you guys. I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know. This case makes us look like this, right? That's how we look. That's how we look. it's always something more, always something more shocking coming out, right? It's like like what the hell did he just say? What did she just say? Right? What? It's constantly. What the hell? Yeah, this is how we look, all the time, right? That's Summer's Army right there. That's the look on her face. We can't believe it, right? Uh, Zixter marries Fred. What? Right? Don Wells goes stands on a grate. All the places in the world he stands on a grate. What? Right? Candace. Candace Wells. Her infatuation with, the number two. What? Right? That's just, it's what it is, man. Right? I don't know. I don't know. It just is what it is. And, we're not going to stop. We're not going to stop. We must be doing something right because we're irritating some people. We're irritating some people, you guys. So we're doing something right. Like Andy B was in here tonight. Andy B came in here tonight. Right? He come running. We're doing something right. We're definitely doing something right. We're irritating some demons, that's for sure. And will any of those demons do what's righteous for this little girl? I don't know. I don't know, you guys. I sure hope so. I sure hope that one of them. I hope one of them was. I hope one of them want to find. I hope one of them want to find their way to heaven. I hope one of them want to get righteous through God. I hope one of them want to get that demon chased away. And find, eternal life. And I hope that they do that by telling exactly what happened to this baby. And let this baby be found, brought home, and justice served against the evil humans that have done this to her. I pray all the time. I hope Summer's case is found. Trust me. I have really asked God to let Summer's case be solved. Just let it be solved. That's all we want. That's what I want. I can't speak for everyone, but it's what I want. It's what I want for sure. I want her case to be solved. This little girl, she did not deserve. Summer didn't deserve this. She didn't deserve it. No child does. No child does. Look at her. Look at what they destroyed. Look at what they took and shaved her head to the skin, down to the skin. Let us remember that they took this little girl and shaved her head to the skin. What kind of monsters could do that to a little girl? A beautiful little girl, beautiful hair. She is adorable. And they tried to make her ugly. They tried to make this baby ugly by taking all of her hair off of her head. But you know what? God still let her be beautiful, didn't he? She was beautiful even without that hair. She was still a living little doll. Because God was not going to let that evilness take away this baby's beauty. He wasn't going to let that happen. This little girl was a light in this world that really shined, and she had every right to continue to shine through teenhood, young adulthood, middle age, and into old age like everyone else. But you know what? She was cut short by pure evilness. This baby was cut short by pure evilness. Pure evilness destroyed this beautiful child. This little girl right here is the topic. This little girl right here is the gold of finding, bringing home, and getting justice for. This ain't about Ziggy and her bullshit lies and her freaking hatred. You know, why doesn't she want to talk about 6 Up? Right? Why doesn't she want to talk about 6 Up? Who literally wiped her freaking backside the day that she was having her freaking porch sale. Why doesn't she want to talk about that? No, she wants to talk about PG. Right? I'm going to tell you something. Ziggy needs to keep my name out of her face. Because PG's doing what's righteous for these missing kids. Matter of fact, 6 Up. 6 Up cares about what happens to these kids. Freaking Ziggy don't. Ziggy don't. What Ziggy cares about is taking her chat to the cleaners and doing it however she can. Ziggy is a bum. She's a freaking bomb. She's a leech. And she tries to act ignorant. Oh, well, you guys, I don't know. I just don't have no idea. Everybody picks on poor Ziggy. My ex-old man, he's so cruel, he's so mean. He's so mean to me since my daughter moved. We have to get away from him, and I need so much help. And she talks these older women into supporting that, into, they want to, help her daughter. And she takes them to the cleaners by using her daughter, by using her dogs, by using, like she's stupid, and she's not. I'm going to tell you something. Ziggy's parents don't even like her. Her parents don't even like her. You might not know that, but I do. They don't like her. When your parents don't want you around, then I don't think anybody else is going to want you around either. Because I'm going to tell you something. There's no love like a parent's love. And if a parent's got a really good kid, they want that kid around them. But when a parent's got a problem on their hands, well, sometimes a parent, if a parent turns their back on their child, that child's got to be pretty damn evil. That's all I got to say. The child has to be pretty evil. Ziggy's mother wants nothing to do with Ziggy. That's what I'm saying. And nor her dad, really. And I'm going to tell you, she's done some bad things in her life. Not that we all haven't, but not like that. Not like that. Just saying. Just saying. I'm not going to sit up here and sugarcoat no Ziggies. Just ain't going to do it. You know, Ziggy made her bed, lay in it. She made her bed, she needs to lay in it. She needs to get a job. She needs to pay her own bills. She needs to take care of her own daughter. She's the one. She's the one that laid down and had that child. And she's the one that needs to get up and take care of it. Don't bring anything into this world if you cannot afford to take care of it. If you don't have enough ass to get a job and support your children, then don't have them. That's how I feel. It's just the way it is. Don't expect society out here to pay, to pay your bills. Who's paying the bills for the people in her chat? Is anybody paying their bills? Is anybody paying any of your bills? Please put a 1 in the chat if somebody's paying all your bills. Put a 2 in the chat if nobody's paying your bills. You are. Put the big 2 in there. If ain't nobody paying your bills, put a 2 in that chat. Because I'm going to tell you something. There's a 2 right there, baby. There's a 2. There ain't nobody paying PG's bills but PG. I pay my own damn way. I take care of my own kids. I ain't asking nobody out here to raise my kids or pay my rent or do anything else. I'm going to tell you right now, I ain't no damn bum. I'm not a leech. I'm not out here to take some old ladies to the cleaners for their retirement. Them people need their money. It's just like Crooked Arrow, right? It's just like Crooked Arrow. I see her handing hundreds and hundreds of dollars off. And I'm thinking to myself, honey, in the future, you might need that. But these people don't care to take that lady's money. They ain't sending it back to her. They ain't sending that money back saying, hey, what the hell are you doing? This ain't right. They're not sending it back to her. Man, they're taking that and spending it. And they don't care. They don't care if Crooked Arrow ain't able to take care of herself in the future. They don't care if she ends up losing everything she has. They're not going to take care of her. I'm going to tell you, be careful. Be careful out here. Man, there's a lot of users. There's a lot of users out here in this YouTube world. And they will take you for everything you have. They will sing you a sad song and take you to the cleaners. And they don't give a damn. They don't care if you have to freaking eat potted meat. They don't care if you have to eat beanie fucking weenies. They don't care if you have to eat a can of soup 3 times a day. They're going to be ordering $30, $40 DoorDashes. They're going to be ordering $4 or $5 coffees to drink. Why you wish you had enough to get something to drink. Do not allow these people to put you in that situation. Don't. I'm going to tell you something. I'm not out here to be a swift talker to you guys. I'm not out here to sing you a sad song and be some swift talker and try to, just suck everything I can out of the people in my chat. I ain't going to do it. I haven't ever done it, and I won't do it. Because it's freaking wrong, and it's evil. And I'm going to tell you, I ain't even about that. I'm not about that. I came out here for all the right reasons. to find out that a lot of people wasn't here for that reason. I came out here and I watched and I seen how all these people's getting took to the cleaners. I come out here and I seen how they were being led like a herd of cattle. They were getting timed out and they were getting blocked until they got in submission. If you come in here, you're going to, until they came in that chat and started agreeing with everything that creator said, sucking ass so they could stay in there. They wouldn't get timed out. They wouldn't get blocked. I'm going to tell you, those creators had those people in submission. And that's bullshit. I'm going to tell you something. Block my fucking ass. I don't want to be there anyway. If I cannot say what I want to say and think how I want to think and be me, you can kiss my ass. I don't want to be in your fucking chat anyway. You are not going to take my freedom away from me. I am not going to follow people like a herd of cattle straight into Hades. You ain't leading me like that. I'm not kissing nobody. I ain't never kissed ass, and I'm not about to start today, tomorrow, next week, or ever. But I seen them doing it. I seen them doing it to these people. And Ziggy was the worst. She was the worst for timing people out if they didn't agree with her ass. Blocking them. Just saying. And you guys know I'm telling the truth. I'm going to tell you something. This is the only channel that you're going to hear the truth from. The only one that you're going to hear. If you don't have it to help support this channel, please don't. The only one that seeks the truth, wants the truth, tells the truth, and busts their backside to get the truth for these children. The only one that calls out liars. We are the only ones, you guys. Summer's channel right here is the only one that has fought like hell to get to 10,000. And that's because we were disliked for telling the truth. We were disliked for not joining the cesspool of take everybody to the cleaners. Even Benny Keys came out and went sideways at me. PG, you ain't hurting nobody but yourself. That's what he said. When you tell people don't be giving, you ain't hurting nobody but yourself. No, I ain't hurt myself at all, Benny. I work a fucking job. And I don't sleep in my mommy's basement garage. I don't raid my mommy's refrigerator. I have my own children. They're raiding my refrigerator. And trust me, there's plenty in there for them to eat. And I don't have to use all these people out here to fill it up, Mr. Benny. Difference is, I don't rely on the people out here, and I'm not about to start. I like putting my own roof over my head, my own food on my table, my own clothes on my back. I like taking care of myself and my children. And I refuse to get dependent on anything. Because I'm going to tell you something, like Mr. Benny Keys, right? Look at you now. Look at you now. You don't have YouTube to depend on, so what are you doing now? When you get dependent on something and it's gone, well, what do you got to fall back on? Nothing. Shouldn't have gotten dependent on this. YouTube is not a job. It's a labor of love. You have a job. A job is something that pays your bills. A labor of love is something you do because you want to. It's an extra activity that you do because you care. It's not about the money. It's about this child that's on the screen. It's about doing all you can do for her. Because she needs you. That's what it's about. I'm going to tell you, there is one that pays directly to utility bills through Cash App. I'm going to tell you something. No one should ask you to pay their utility bills. They need to pay their own damn utility bills. And there is, if you fall on such hardship that you can't pay your utility bills, there is places out there. There's places out there that will help you. There is all kinds of places out there that can help these people get food, get utilities paid, matter of fact, to get their rent paid. There is a lot of places out there, all kinds of programs, government programs that help people like Ziggy pay her rent, get food, clothes, and helps with utilities. And I'm sure Ziggy falls in the bracket. I'm sure she falls in the bracket where, she gets help. But she won't tell you about that. She won't tell you about that because she wants to get that help and still, and still let you think that you're helping. And that's wrong. That's wrong. It's wrong, you guys. I don't care what anybody says. What has Ziggy ever done right in her life? What has she ever done right in her life? Other than have her daughter. Other than have her, other than have her daughter, what has she ever done right in her life? Because, your children's always the right thing to do. A child is always the right thing to do. But what else has she done right? She ain't done right by the child. Her mother ended up raising her until she decided to take her back. And, and since she's took her back, she ain't really doing right by the little girl. Right? She ain't doing right by that little girl. She half watches this kid. I don't know. She's getting ready to bring a convict in her house. She's ready to bring a convict in her house out of Ben Hill Road to live with her daughter. That don't sound right. Right? I don't know. I'm going to be honest with you. The truth is, I don't care about Ziggy. I just don't give a damn about Ziggy. Period. She don't make me or break me. I don't give a damn about her. And that's just it. What I care about is Summer Moon Utah Wells. I care about Summer. Just like all of Summer's army, I care about Summer. And I care about Summer being found, and I care about the truth being told. And if that offends Ziggy and Fred Hill, too bad. I don't care. I don't care. If Candace was down at Fred's house between 3:30 and 4:30 that day, and Chad Arnold actually pulled in and saw her down there, there is a good chance that Fred Hill and Laura left out of there with Summer. Because when Chad came in there, Candace said Summer was already missing. Well, if it was between 3:30 and 4:30, Summer could not have been missing yet. She could not have been missing yet. She did not come up missing until after 5:30. So how in the hell could Candace be down there telling Chad that Summer's already missing? And, and by coincidence, Candace is in the car by herself. Summer's already missing, and Fred and Laura had just gotten out of there. I don't know. Something sounds suspicious about that. If Chad's telling the truth, if indeed he did see Candace. And I'll tell you another thing that's suspicious. As Cotton starts showing up, and this is not what PG says, this is what Laura said. It's what Laura said. Cotton started showing up a lot more after Summer went missing and became a nuisance to Fred. Why? That sounds suspicious. And some reason law enforcement seems to think that what happened to Cotton has something to do with Summer. And who do they think unlived Cotton? Fred. So I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea, you guys. I'm just telling you guys what I know, what I heard, what Laura has said to me. And I'm going to have a members only live. I'm going to have a members only live. And I think I'm just going to play out everything that Laura has said. I'm going to let you guys let you guys have it all now. I'm just going to let you have it all because you know what? I'm tired. I'm not going to be called a liar. I'm not going to be called a liar by no Ziggy, and I'm not going to be called no damn liar by no Fred. I'm just going to have a private live, members only, and I'm going to play out everything. I'm going to let you guys hear it, and I'm going to give you everything. I'm going to give you everything, all of it. And you make your decisions. You make your decisions on Fred Hill after that. You tell me. After you hear everything that Laura says, you make your own decisions on Fred Hill. That's all I got to say. And I will be doing it. I will be doing it, you guys. As soon as I can get it all together, I'll be letting you know. Because you know what? I really wasn't going to do it. I wasn't going to do it because Fred Hill threatened Laura. He threatened Laura. And I pulled back. I was going to do it. But after he threatened her, I pulled back and said, I'm not going to do it. But now I'm going to do it. And I'm not going back on it. I am going to do it, you guys. So just get ready for it. Get ready for it, because you're going to see and you're going to hear it all. You're going to see and hear everything. I don't even care anymore. I don't even care. I won't be called a liar. That's what I won't do. Is be called a liar. Absolutely not. I don't put up with that shit. I don't put up with that shit at all. And Fred and them can do what they need to do. I don't care. I don't care what they need to do. Laura, I truly believe Laura has, and you're going to find out what I'm talking about. I truly believe that Laura has a lot of information that can help law enforcement solve this case and Cotton's case as well. I think she's holding a lot of information she needs to tell law enforcement. And I'm going to tell you something. I hope she does. Because you know what? She's in a very dangerous situation. With Fred Hill. He's already threatening her. And Cotton ain't no longer with us, right? And that wouldn't be hard to do. With Laura as well, right? I don't know. Laura's a big girl. She needs to protect herself. If she's got information like that, she needs to give it to law enforcement. She needs to do what needs to be done before she gets hurt. So, that's all I got to say. But whether Laura's telling the truth or Laura's telling lies, I don't know. But I'm going to play it out. You guys be the judge. You be the judge of that. Not PG. One thing I do know about all of these people up in Ben Hill Road, they like to play their fucking games. I don't know why, but they like to play a bunch of fucking games, and I'm tired of their games. Right? I'm tired of it. I'm tired of their smirks. I'm tired of their games. I'm tired of all of it, to be perfectly honest with you. These are some evil, sick human beings to mess with a 5-year-old little girl's case like this. You got to be a special kind of fucking evil to do what these people are doing. That's all I got to say. And I'm going to tell you, throw freaking Ziggy into that bunch. Throw her into that cesspool. Because she has to be evil to be doing what she's doing. She has to be evil to be attacking people who are for Summer Moon Utah Wells. Instead of some freaking Fred Hill. I don't care about Fred Hill. I don't give a fuck about Fred Hill. I don't want Fred Hill's fucking pickle. I don't want his dirty fucking pickle. I don't want his dirty fucking britches. I don't want anything about him. Period. Fred Hill does not appeal to PG. Right? His kind does not appeal to me. I don't stand outside prison gates waiting for fucking prisoners to come out. To take them home. That's bullshit. That's crazy. You need to be examined. Your head needs to be examined if you do these things, right? Something's wrong with you. It's just abnormal, to be honest. Abnormal. Just saying. I don't even care. I don't anymore. I don't. You guys don't know. We've been here a long time. And I put up with a lot of BS. I put up with a lot of BS out here, doing what we do. And and trust me, I don't, PG ain't even making enough to support my channel. I don't even make enough to support my channel. Ask my mods. My mods know I don't even make enough to support. I don't have no fucking Cash Apps, no Venmos, no PayPals. I have none of these things. None. Shit, took us almost 3 years. Actually, over 3 years. To freaking hit 10,000. Why? Because PG ain't liked. And why am I not liked? Because I tell the truth. I tell the truth. Why am I not liked? Because I call these people out for using the people in the chat. Why am I not liked? Because I tell the chat you are essential, not disposable. Why am I not liked? Because I tell the chat, don't let these motherfreakers, you guys, run the panel. That panel don't run you. If it wasn't for you, there'll be no panels. They don't want you knowing that. They don't want you knowing that. They don't want a creator out here speaking like I speak, doing the way I do. That is why PG catches so much shit. Trust me, because I've called these motherfuckers out. Trust, that's why. That's why. PG ain't liked. PG ain't liked because PG speaks the truth. PG ain't liked because PG is truly for these children and nothing else. I don't come on here 5 times a day. I don't come on here 5 times a day acting like I care so I can get more and more and more money. So I can get more videos to make more. I ain't going to do it. I ain't going to do it. I come on here once a day if I can. I take the 7th off because it is the 7th and God told us to rest on the 7th, and I'm going to do what God tells me. Team of horses ain't going to drag me in here. I got to do what God wants, not what humans want, not what I want. I don't even get to do what I want. I'm busy doing what God wants, and that's what I want to do. Sometimes I want to come in on the 7th. Sometimes I want to come in on the 7th because they know I don't come in, and that's when they really want to go at me. And they think by the next day, oh, that's going to be forgotten. Well, you know, it ain't. It ain't forgotten. It isn't forgotten. People don't forget that quick. And I do. I have a life. I have a life. And you know what? I like living it. And I do take time. I take time for my family. I take time because I care. You know, I come in here when I can. And I do, you know, whatever we can to get the answers for these, whatever case we're talking about. And I thoroughly research and find all the answers to bring here to you. And that's what I will continue to do. And I do it because I care. I truly care. I care about all of you, and I care about all of these children. If I didn't, I wouldn't be warning you. If I didn't, I wouldn't bust my backside to do what I do for these kids. You know, if I didn't care, I'd be out here getting along with everybody and saying what everybody wants to hear. And behind the scenes, hooking up with some of these crooked creators that want to, you know, act like this and that for more click, likes, and views, and for more of this and more of that. But I don't team up with those people. I tell them no. I've had them ask, and I said no. I don't do that shit. And I'm not about to start. I care about my chat. I care about my people. And I care about these kids. And I ain't doing anything unrighteous at all. I ain't doing nothing for click likes and freaking views, because it ain't about that. It's about these babies. It's about these children. It's about all of these people in this chat looking for someone who cares, looking for someone to pray for them, looking for somewhere to go and be welcomed and cared about while they're there. That's what the hell this is about. And I wish, this was a different type of community out here, but it's not. It's not. I'm only one person. I don't know how big of a difference I can make. I hope I can make a big one, but I don't know, you guys. I don't know. I'm trying. That's the best I can do. It's the best I can do. Australia, I appreciate it, girl. I appreciate that super sticker. God bless. Super sticker. Ding, 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 ding. Right? As the Day would say, and I'm sure she's got her head still in my bush, peeking over it. What the hell's PG doing? What the hell's she saying? She done went and lost it tonight. Well, I guess I did. But you know what? At the end of the night, I just don't care. Right? That's how we roll. That's how we roll, you guys. We don't care. Right? We don't care. We tell it like it is. If they don't like it, they can lump it. Right? They don't like it, they can lump it. And yeah, I repeat it myself in case the haters didn't hear it the first time. Mama PG, you see your kids here. You see your kid here. All y'all my kids. Every last one of you, man. You my kids. Actually, you're God's children. You're actually my brothers and sisters over here. And I love yous. I love y'all. I really do. And I don't want to see. I tell you what. I just tell you what I don't want people taking me to the cleaners. I don't want people leading me like a herd of cattle. I don't want people doing me wrong. And I don't want to see them do you wrong either. I truly believe in doing unto you as I would want you to do unto me. I wouldn't want you doing bad to me, and I ain't going to be doing no bad to you. It's wrong. It's absolutely wrong, you guys. We are here for one reason, and that is these missing children. And the only ones we should be talking about is the suspects in these cases. Fred Hill just happens to be a suspect, right? Laura's a suspect. Don, Candace, and Grandis, suspect. Andy and Jody Sue, suspects, and a whole lot more. They're suspects. And that's what we discussed. That's what but I got somebody coming at me sideways over a damn suspect. Fred Hill, right? Because that creator went and wanted that dirty pickle, right? It wasn't enough dirt in their house already. They wanted to pull in some more. It's just the way it is. It is what it is. And I call it out the way I see it. And I don't care. It just is, it just is. And half the time, that's all you could say in this case. It's the only thing that, keep your sanity, right? It's the only thing that would keep your sanity. I'm going to tell you, I didn't really break loose tonight. I didn't break loose. There's a whole hell of a lot I could say. A whole hell of a lot more I could say. But I am trying. I am really trying to be nice. I'm trying to be nice, right? But Ziggy wants to, she wants to run her face and, talk all this bullshit like she knows Laura. She don't know Laura from her freaking, Ziggy don't know her freaking own ass from a hole in the ground, right? She doesn't know her own freaking ass from a hole in the ground, let alone Laura. That's what I'm saying. She don't know Laura at all. She ain't never took time to get to know Laura. Period. She was too busy trying to steal Laura's old man. Right? That's what she was doing. That's what she was doing. She went up on Ben Hill Road and seen that big old dirty jar of pickles up there and decided she wanted to take one home. It is what it is. I'm going to tell you, I don't like any of those people inside Ben Hill Road. I think they all are a freaking mess. Right? Don Wells, Fred Hills, Andy Bernards, they're all a mess. These guys are messes. I'm going to tell you something. You put all them guys in a bag, shake them up, you wouldn't know who'd fall out first. Right? You just wouldn't know. I don't know. Damn, that ain't what I'm looking for. I like classy, not trashy, right? I like classy, not trashy. That's just, them people ain't my speed. Yeah, I heard that, Colt. Matter of fact, White Boy came out and said that Ernie was, that he was incarcerated when he was up on my panel. Ernie's up on my panel last night, and White Boy's over there talking about, Ernie's in jail. I'm like, really? That's another one that don't know his ass from a hole in the ground, right? That's another one. There's something wrong with that dude. There's something wrong with him. He likes to put on a dress and act like Cher, but really I think he just wants to put on the dress. I mean, he could do that without acting like somebody. He don't have to use Cher as an excuse to put on a dress, right? That's crazy. He looked like that. He looked like he looked like that woman that plays in Mama's Family. You guys ever see that show, Mama's Family? I was watching it the other day. That's what White Boy looked like in a dress. He looked like the freaking that old lady, with the big old rearing end when she got that dress on. That he reminded me of that. He reminded me of that freaking. He had an old ass dress like that on. I was like, whoa. He must be trying out for the part. The 2024 Mama's Family. All right. That was White Boy. I was like, what the hell? Or else he was maybe he was going for Miss Doubtfire. Right? Maybe he was going for Miss Doubtfire. I don't know. But he sure looked funny as hell in that dress. Talking about Cher's personal hygienes. Right? That is cracking me up. At least Ernie's for these kids. And he wasn't backing down. Ernie wasn't backing down from supporting the children. to please and appease Day Day or Jinx or Candace or anyone else. Ernie wasn't backing down, and I have all respect for that. I have all respect for that. As long as you support the children, I support you. Yes, Ernie means well about finding answers for every child. For every child. He doesn't believe that any child should ever be abused, neglected, or completely disappeared like a lot of these children are. He doesn't believe that any of that should be done. It is what it is, you guys. There's a lot of people out here. It's so sad because there's so many people that ain't for these children. They're not for the children. They're for self-gain and all the wrong reasons. And man, how you going to face God? How you going to face God if you're out here for that? How you going to face the Lord? How you going to sit there? I don't understand it. I don't understand, I thought things, out here would be different. I thought this was a better world than that, but guess not. Guess not, you guys. It's hard to find people who truly love and care. It's hard to find people, it's hard to find givers instead of takers. It's hard to find people that love to see other people doing good. Be happy for people instead of ugly and jealous and full of envy. It's just a cruel world. It's a cruel world. Get your house in order. Get your house in order. That's all I could tell people. Please get your house in order. Because if the Lord does show up, if he does show up, you sure want to be ready. You want to be ready. You don't want to be caught in a cesspool like this. You don't want to be caught in a cesspool like this where, so much hatred, so much ugliness, and so much dislike. You want to hope that you're, with better people than that. And you're doing righteousness instead of evil. I can honestly say that I'm doing righteousness for these kids. But I can also honestly say a whole lot of people's not. And that worries me. That worries me. I know God ain't going to ask me about them. He's only going to ask me about me. But it's pretty sad. It's pretty sad that you got to wonder what happened to them, right? You got to wonder what happened to them because you don't want to see anything bad happen to people. It's just the way it is, Anyway, PG's going to get out of here and let you guys get some rest. We'll meet back up again tomorrow night. I'm sure there'll be more hell and havoc, right? There'll be more hell and havoc going on in the YouTube world. I can hear them now, right? I can hear them now all screaming about, I should have a whole lot of people coming at me sideways by tomorrow, right? And that's okay. That's okay. God gave me a suit of armor, and I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid to arm up in it and stand my ground, right? I ain't afraid to stand my ground. God put me here. You know, cowards don't go to heaven. Cowards don't get into heaven. The Bible plainly says it. A coward will not enter the gates of heaven. You better get that suit of armor on, and you better stand up against the wells of this evil world and do what's righteous in the sight of God. Because that's what we're here for. That's what we're here for. Is to make this world a better place for all of us. So you know what? That's what we're going to continue to do. That's what we're going to continue to do. Because whoever is evil enough to destroy a 5-year-old child, they need to be put in prison. They need to be taken off the streets, because no child's safe. No child is safe when you got something like that running loose. And it is our job to stand together and stand up for this child and do all we can to help this child get found, brought home, and justice served. And we're going to continue to do that. And I'm sure for many other children as well. Many other children as well. PG is going to say good night. God bless, much love, but not before I ask you to please keep the prayers going up for this little girl. Take a look at this little girl on this panel. It is about her. We're here for her. Nothing more, nothing less. We're here for her. She's the one. Help me. Help me, Mommy. Help me, Mom. Mom. And got no help. And she screamed, somebody, anybody, just somebody, please. Somebody help me. But nobody did. And she's gone. She's completely gone now. And she needs our help. Let us not let her screams go unheard this time. Let us not let those screams go unheard. Let us do what it takes to hear those screams and bring this baby home and get justice for her. Because that's what she deserves. This is about Summer. Nobody else. So please, send those prayers up for her. Let God know that we want her found and we need his help. And we can't do this without him. We cannot do this without him. God don't need us, but we need him. And ask him to please, please help us bring this baby home and get the justice that this baby truly deserves against the evilness that has done this to her. In the name of his son, Jesus. Amen. Pray for this little girl. Pray for her. And pray for one another. Pray for one another, you guys. Because that's what God wants us to do. Believe it or not, we are a family. We are a family, you guys. And let us act like one. Let us act like one. Let us pray for one another. In the name of Jesus, amen. PG's going to say good night. God bless and much, much love. Let's let Summer see all the support going up for her as we go out of here tonight. I already see it going up, and I so much appreciate it, and I know she would too. I know this little girl would so appreciate it. God bless her. God bless her. Good night, everybody.